So today I have transphobia with a little bit of spice added to it. So what our boy Matt did over here was he wrote a child's book about a kid who transitions into a walrus. He's selling it under the LGBTQ section. Let me read to you what the book is about. So it says, Johnny is a little boy with a big imagination. One day he pretends to be a big scary dinosaur. The next day he's a knight in shining armor or a playful puppy. But when the internet people find out Johnny likes to make believe, he's forced to make a decision between the little boy he is and the things he pretends to be. And he's not allowed to change his mind. From Daily Wire personality and best-selling author Matt Walsh comes a timely tale of innocence, identity, and imagination. And it's funny because this is literally propaganda. You know, people like Matt always say that my mere existence is propaganda, and teaching people about my existence is propaganda. But when you take a look at this book, I mean, it is very clear cut. They're not even trying to avoid the ideology that they're pushing on young children. Exactly what I do by existing and making a YouTube channel. So what our boy decided to do is actually read his wonderful book to a classroom of children. And originally I was going to pay $20 to buy the book and read it for you, like we're in a classroom, but he already did that for us. Oh, by the way, the comments are disabled on this video, so that's red flag number one. Maybe he can't take the heat from the transgenders.
Okay. Hello, boys and girls. My name is Matt Walsh. I am a children's author, and I've written a book called Johnny the Walrus. This book is all about identity and imagination. What is identity? Does anyone know what identity means?
No.
Do you know? You know what identity is? No? Okay. It's who you are, right? That's what it means.
Already this is a fucking banger. None of these kids know what identity is because look at them. Look at how small these kids are. And it's funny because this group of people will claim that kids are learning way too young about identity and gender identity and transgender, but not one of these little kids can even tell you what identity itself means. And I highly doubt they're going to get the message of this whole book. They're probably going to be like, wow, it's scary to turn into a walrus. I don't want to turn into a walrus, because they're fucking kids.
Now, who likes to pretend to be things? Is there anything you like to pretend to be? How about in the back?
I like to pretend to be
A ninja. That's a good one. What about you? All right. Well, we all like to use our imagination. Sometimes I use my imagination. I pretend to be a monster. I chase my kids around because I'm big and ugly, so I could be a monster.
I mean, at least he knows. I'm just joking. Why did he call himself ugly? Could have said anything else. He could have said, I pretend to be scary. Ah, he called himself ugly.
That's what this book is about. It's all about a boy who pretends to be a walrus. He identifies as a walrus, and his mom's a little silly. She takes it seriously and thinks he really is a walrus. That's silly, isn't it?
So what is this thing doing on the floor?
We don't have to worry about that. We're going to read the book now. Okay.
This guy doesn't give a fuck about any of these kids. He's like, shut the fuck up and sit down. We're gonna read the book, okay? That's what I came here to do. I'm gonna drill this shit into your little minds.
Johnny's a boy with a big imagination. One day he's a dog, the next day a crustacean. It's like a crab or a lobster. One morning he came downstairs barking and clapping, wood spoons for tusks and sock fins a-flapping.
Okay, Dr. Seuss. I mean, the book's fine so far.
He had spoons in his mouth. He was pretending to be a walrus. I'm Johnny the Walrus, he said with a roar. The wood floor's my ocean. The carpet's my shore. He's swimming around like a walrus. Isn't that silly? Johnny's mom loves her son's make-believe time. You're Johnny the Walrus till you change your mind.
No. It's going downhill fast. So the mom likes that Johnny's pretending to be a walrus, and then she posts a picture of it on the internet. And you know, the internet is bad place, because they will force the trans agenda onto your children.
But Johnny's mom's phone said it's not just pretend. So she went on her phone, and there were people telling her that this isn't pretend, he's really a walrus.
The woke mob is saying that your kid is actually a walrus, and if you don't make them transition into a walrus, you're a bigot. Being trans is political to a lot of people, which is an awesome feeling, by the way. I love just being a debated topic in politics.
Only a bigot would say that. How dare you offend? What's a bigot? Anybody know? The mean person, right?
This man is so mad. He's so mad that he gets called a bigot on the daily. And also, if you're gonna write a children's book, don't use the word crustacean and bigot. I feel like these kids don't even know what crustacean means. You think they find that fun?
Tommy was told to take John for a checkup. All these people are holding signs. Johnny is a real walrus, one sign says. Human walruses are real walruses. Let Johnny transition, all these people are saying.
I hate how this is disguised as a children's book. It is very disgusting because, like I said, my existence is constantly debated. Trans people are people, and trans kids exist. Look at these fucking signs. This is like, they should have drew me out there. This is all of us. I'm surprised they didn't put one with like blue hair, because you know how they always make the meme about the girl with blue hair. I mean, one of them has purple hair. Human walruses are real walruses.
You'll need to eat worms and to put on gray makeup. The worms give you whiskers, the gray blends you in, the doctor says.
Look at this art for a second though. Look at this degree up top, right? It says woke doctor. Is that a verified check mark? I wonder what that's like. I wonder whose signatures those are. Like, is this guy for real? This shit is so fucking weird.
And a simple procedure cuts feet into fins. The doctor wants to cut into Johnny and make him into a walrus.
Ah, there it is. The whole mutilation thing. Because we chop ourselves up. Remember, when we have surgeries, we're mutilating ourselves and we're chopping ourselves up. It's also funny because this book is about a child, and I've said over and over again, and many trans people have said that children don't get surgeries. We could say it 1,000 times, but these people still just choose not to believe what we say. It's really funny because this can be explained with just one simple thought. Children don't get surgery, right? How would you ever have surgery when you're not fully developed anyways? You can't cut this off if it's not there. So please explain to me how these children are getting surgeries.
It's gross eating worms, Mom. They're all so dang twitchy. He doesn't want to eat worms.
It's not bad for you. I thought I didn't eat worms, but I did.
Matt's like, I don't give a fuck. I don't even, look at the look on his face. He's like, I don't care. I don't even know what the hell you're saying. Let me spew more of my bullshit that you're not even gonna comprehend.
Wood spoons kinda hurt, and the makeup is itchy. Deep down, Johnny's mom knew that something was wrong. Look at Johnny. He's dressed up like a walrus, but he's not having a fun time. But she felt so much pressure, she just went along.
So does he think that parents are being forced into making their kids transition? And also another thing, kids can't get hormones. Like anything, you would get puberty blockers, but you'd have to be a little bit older. The age that Johnny looks, I don't think that Johnny would be able to take walrus hormones. I'm sorry. Parents aren't forcing their kids into transition because Twitter's mad at them, because the internet is mad at them, like you stated in your book. Like, where is that happening? This is what I mean with these people.
The internet people knew just what to do. She went back to the internet to look for answers. Never a good idea.
I can't tell if that's on cue or not. I mean, I've noticed that throughout this video, but I mean, it can be a very bad place to find information as well. For example, if you're looking on YouTube, if you take a look at PragerU or Ben Shapiro or your channel perhaps, then at that point I might be like, whoa, you might not want to look there for reliable information. You might want to go on a website or visit Sam Collins' YouTube channel or something like that.
And Mommy was told to take John to the zoo. Now she's gonna take her son to go live at the zoo like he's a real walrus.
I don't want to live at the zoo.
When Johnny arrived, the walruses grunted. And the mommy says, my boy's a real walrus. His growth was just stunted. I mean, she really thinks this kid is a walrus.
But he's not.
No.
Bigot. Are you mad? You're so mad right now. So to me, what I'm picking up from this is a restroom. And Johnny wants to go in the restroom because Johnny's a walrus. But all the other walruses are like, yeah, you can't come in here because you're not actually one of us, so you have to go.
The zookeeper thought, what's she talking about? Ma'am, that's just a boy with wood spoons in his mouth. Now he's the voice of reason. Yeah. Right? But if I believe that, they'll say that I'm phobic. Protecting your son, ma'am, is what's most heroic.
This is propaganda, and you're reading it to children. Isn't that exactly what you're against? I thought this is what these people were against. I'm confused. I don't know what's going on.
At last, Johnny's mommy was able to see that Johnny's not what he's pretending to be. Now mommy ignores the mean things on her phone while Johnny pretends he's a bird flying home. The end.
Ah, yeah, moral of the story. Kids like to pretend to be things, but that doesn't mean they really are those things. No shit, Sherlock. Kids love to pretend to be Spider-Man. or a pig or crustaceans. They don't pretend to be transgender. It's not the same thing.
Thank you.
How do you make books?
No, I just sat down and wrote it.
There's another one.
There's another one there. We got a bunch of them. They're going to be all over the place soon enough. You can ask your parents to buy it for you.
I'll be on.
Is there a particular ending we're looking for here, or just...
No, little Timmy, don't ask your mom to buy that bullshit. Now, what happened if I wrote a book in a positive light, catered to children, about a girl who transitioned into a boy, and everybody around him supported him, and I read it to a class? That would be me pushing my ideas onto young children, right? Encouraging them that they too can do what he did. Because like I said, my existence is completely political. Trans kids' existence is completely political. And it would be so bad, wouldn't it? But it's okay when you do it, right? It's ridiculous. It's sad. Like, this man wrote a whole book basically mocking trans people. I think that's a little weird. Now, my favorite thing about watching these videos are the comments, but unfortunately he disabled them on this video. But I found another video where he does discuss this book, and I'll show you some of those comments because these are the ones we have available. This is by far the most epic of Matt's trolls. His trollsmanship truly knows no bounds. Respect. You're right, Matt. You're such a troll. You're like king of the trolls. It's like we're back in 2008. You're so cool, man. We need this in every preschools out there. Matt is the community's greatest ally. Wow, that's so funny. You guys get it? Because he's not actually an ally. But he's he's the LGBTQ author, best-selling. Matt has truly ascended to an S-tier trolling status, and I can't say that I'm disappointed. Well done, Mr. Walsh. Ew. I don't know. Ew. Yuck. That's yucky. S-tier trolling status. This 6-minute clip is funnier than the last 6 years of Saturday Night Live. Wow, you must be boring as fuck. Sorry. By the way, I'll show you a little clip of the video that this guy is talking about, where these comments are actually taken from.
As it stands right now, my story about a trans walrus child is the #1 bestseller in LGBT books. I never expected to be such a prominent member of the community, or to be a member at all, frankly. But I will happily embrace this unexpected role. I can tell you that I solemnly swear that I will faithfully fulfill the obligations of my office. This is not something I take lightly. In other words, to the LGBT lobby, I have to say, I'm the captain now. But fear not, I have big plans for us going forward. You're going to love it. Or you might not, but I will.
That's what was funnier than the last 6 years of SNL. I don't really know how to process that. I'm sorry for you. But yeah, I'm happy I got to share that book with you guys. It was ridiculous. It was weird. It does weird me out. And I just find it really, really odd that you would write a children's book against trans people and then put it in the LGBT section to like troll and mock them. I don't know. It seems very immature and weird and obsessive. So, I mean, you can stay obsessed with us. It's cool. I know you want to be us. You're not as cool as us. It is what it is. All right. And I guess I'll just see all you guys next week with a new video.